Hi everyone, this is Raj Kumar D, Assistant Professor from Department of Information Technology, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. So I welcome you to this lecture. This lecture is about ethical issues in computer security. So let's move on to the lecture. So, what is computer security? That is, we discussed in the previous lecture. What are all its key element? So, we have discussed in the previous lecture in the playlist. So, if you want to go through, you can visit that video. So now we are going to discuss about ethical issues in computer security. So these ethical issues in computer security are very much important to understand. So it is one of the very critical process in the world because where technology plays a major part in our daily life. Okay, so nowadays we are using computers in almost every places. Okay, so if we use mobiles and we use a lot of gadgets, so in everywhere there is a possibility where someone can get into or someone can intrude into our devices, and they can either steal or tamper or they can delete our data, which will be a major loss of some important information. Okay, so now in this, so whenever we are going to talk about this, so what are all the things we should follow? So that is concerned with the ethical issues. So these issues are often arise. Okay, so when there is a compatibility issues, technical capabilities, and moreover, we are going to discuss about some moral responsibilities we have to follow, so that we are very much aware of what is the ethical how ethical we should be whenever we are discussing about computer security. So these key ethical concerns include privacy, hacking and unauthorized access, which should be definitely not allowed. Then we are going to discuss about malwares and cyber attacks, then surveillance, then responsibility and accountability. We are going to discuss about digital divide and access, how it is done. Then whistleblowing, very interesting thing. And next one is the artificial intelligence and automation. So in privacy, the issue is unauthorized access to privacy, our personal data. So for example, we are going to discuss about many organizations collecting the user data without the consent of the individual, and sometimes the hackers stealing the sensitive information. So this happens. We used to call that our privacy is lost. Okay, so it is the responsibility of every individual to control their personal information. So we need not put it everywhere. It is our responsibility to have our information very safe, and what we need to tell in public or what all the data we need to have in a public platform. It is the responsibility of every individual so that our privacy is maintained. The second one is the hacking and unauthorized access. So here the issue is gaining access to the computer or networks. Okay, so without permission. So this is done by hackers. They use lot of methods to get into our system. For example, we used to call it as white hat hackers and black hat hackers. So here, what we should do is, so even if it is done, okay, so expose vulnerabilities, accessing the systems without somebody's consent, and accessing the some others' information is a morally questionable one. Okay, so but still the hackers and other people do that, but ethically, we should not be interested in hacking the other person's informations. Next one is a malware and cyber attacks. So here the issue is creating and disturbing a malicious, distributing malicious software. So we are going to make softwares which is going to create problems, and we are going to make the hackers will try to install it in different systems so that the system gets corrected, and we are going to have a lot of issues. So one such very great example is the ransom attacks, where whenever the system is infected by this ransomware, our system will not log in. That is, our system will not, once it gets boot, we have some user authentication, right? So in that it will be blocked, and they will be sending a message like asking money, so that only if we pay the money, our username password will be released. Like that they used to do it. So this is very popular, and it is often, you might have heard about such cases. So this is done with intentionally causing harm or to make a financial loss or disruption of services. This kind of attacks are being done. Next one is the surveillance, so monitoring user activities without their knowledge. So we used to have surveillance camera, right? So we call it as, we might have seen a posters that you are under surveillance. For example, government or corporate surveillance programs. So see, balancing the security needs with individual freedom and rights. So some people may not prefer being monitored. In public places, they may have such things, but in private places, this should not happen. Next one is responsibility and accounting. So who is responsible when systems are compromised? Okay, so whether it is a software developer or it is a user or it is a company is to blame for. Okay, so here we have to ensure that we build a common, we build a system and we maintain system that are held accountable for security practices. So it is the responsibility of everyone. Next one is digital divide and access. So here the issue related is unequal access to a secure technology. So we will be using different communities which is more vulnerable to cyber threats. Okay, so here the concern is, so we used to maintain a certain degree of fairness and justice in accessing to the digital safe environments. Next one is whistleblowing, so exposing unethical practices within organization, that is misuse of data. Okay, so it is a company's property, so we should not take it away. Here, being loyal is very important, so it is related to a loyal issue, and balancing the loyalty of the organization with public interest and moral duty is the responsibility of every employees. And last one is the artificial intelligence and automation. So here the concern is about the use of AI in cyber security decisions. So we use a lot of automated threat detection systems, which makes the biased decision. So here we should be make sure that it is transparent and it is biased. So under the decision is accountability in the AI system. So these are all the important concepts we have to maintain in the ethical issues when it comes to the computer security. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.